Hey everybody, my name is Rachel Rabbit and welcome to my channel. So as you may have gathered from the title of this video, I have a chronic illness and my end goal, educationally speaking, is to get a PhD in philosophy. Now I know some people consider that a useless degree, but I think a degree is as useful as you make it. I have always enjoyed, thinking about things and especially, harder questions and deeper subjects and questions of ethics and things like that. And to be honest, I don't know exactly career-wise where this will lead me, but I know that philosophy is something I love and it's something I would love to study. However, I do have some major obstacles in between me and this goal, and I don't know really how insurmountable they are, but I'm one of those people that likes to believe anything is possible, and I do believe that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And now the obstacles for me are as follows. Number one, as mentioned before, I have some form of chronic illness. It has not actually been diagnosed yet. I know for some people that makes it seem like it might be fake or something, but I have seen hosts of doctors. I take all kinds of meds, and they cannot find anything wrong with me, really, which is unfortunate because the symptoms that I have, the main one is like severe fatigue. There are days that I can't really get out of bed, and it's not something psychological or emotional because we've been through that and ruled those things out. There are still a couple of things we haven't tried, like, hormonal tests and stuff, but the fatigue keeps me from being able to do most things. I can't hold a job. I can't really, go out and do much. Even if it's, just like coffee with friends or something like that, it takes a lot out of me. Walking to the kitchen to get a glass of water is sometimes, not worth it, and so you just go without. So I recognize that any kind of pursuit, really, especially something so extended, is a big deal for me. It's gonna be really hard to do, but I have been in this position of sort of stagnation, as it were, for this will be my 5th year, I think, in September, of having these issues. And I'm kind of sick of not being present in my own life. I am miles behind, where my peers are as far as education and career and that sort of thing. I mean, that's always made me feel pretty bad about myself. But I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. It can't really be helped. But I'm willing to give this a try to see if I can actually do it, if I can actually push past what I consider to be, physical and mental limitations to be able to succeed and to do what I want to do with my life. So the second major obstacle for me, because there are probably 3 big ones, the illness being the first. The second is that I do not technically have a high school diploma. I did not finish high school for a number of reasons, and it's not something that has ever really hurt me in life, but when it comes to, you know, moving on to higher levels of education, you have to have the basics first. So that's why I'm starting out with earning my GEDs, because I don't have, you know, I didn't finish high school, so. And the third obstacle that I face, that many people face, so I'm not alone in this at all, is money. I know it's going to cost a lot of money to you know, do any of these things, but especially to get all the way to a PhD level. And I mean, I don't really know where that money's gonna come from as of yet, but it's not impossible. But all this has to begin with my GED. And if you don't know what a GED is, it's like a high school equivalency certification. So I looked into it last night, and I signed up for an account on the GED website, and they have some free study guide options, like their practice tests and stuff you have to pay for, but they test you on 4 categories, which are language arts, social studies, science and math. And I went through the entire study guide and the practice questions for language arts, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty okay in that area. Social studies, I think I'm pretty good too. I haven't gone entirely through the science and math sections of the website, but I am concerned about those more. Not as much the science, mostly the math, and I guess really with the science, it's more where math is involved that I had problems in the practice questions. I don't really have problems with math. I like math, but the issue that I have is I didn't make it horribly far, grade-wise in math. I'm actually not sure I even made it to high school level math. My education was non-traditional, to say the least. And in some ways that's been really good for me. In some ways that's been not so great, but I mean, it is what it is. So I am concerned with passing the math part of the test. But the concept of the test is much simpler than I had expected it to be, which is nice. And I mean, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to studying and taking the test and, you know, getting it done and having my GED. I think the cost for testing is around, at least where I am, I think it varies, is going to be around $160 for the whole thing. You can take the different subjects separately. You don't have to test them all at the same time. But all told, I think it's around $160. And that's not including, you know, any practice tests or anything that you choose to buy. GED also has some YouTube videos that are helpful. Not really in the way of studying so much, but in the way that they help you understand more what the testing will be like. And the kind of things you need to be prepared for. So is any of this possible? Who can really say? But I'm gonna give it a try. So if you'd like to follow this journey, I'm gonna do my best to document it, and you know, maybe if you are behind educationally, it can maybe, I don't know, I don't think I'm very inspirational, but you know, maybe seeing somebody else do it will help you maybe want to, you know, continue your education as well. Education is really important. I do believe that. And, you know, maybe if you have a chronic illness and you can't do much, watching these videos will give you something to do to let you know you're not alone, because trust me, I understand it is horrible. So you may get a couple little other things, just relating to, you know, my life and my journey. I'm supposed to be maybe doing a drug trial soon, which should be interesting. I probably won't be able to actually film the trial, but, you know, I might let you know when that's happening and, how that goes. I mean, if you're interested, feel free to subscribe and follow along as I go through this. I can't say how consistent I'll be because I never know from one day to the next how I'll feel. But I mean, if you're interested, come hang out. Let's do this together. And on the off chance that you care to look at some stuff that I've written, I do have a blog. It's, to be fair, I'm not exactly sure how you find it, because it's a Wix website. So, but it's Fatigued Philosopher, and, I'll see if I can link it in the description. I may not be able to. I don't know. Well, this has been sufficiently awkward. I don't actually have any kind of filming set up, so I'm sorry if the camera's been shaky or what have you. But, yeah, I guess thanks for listening. Bye.